What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is your boy Yarn Craig, and today we're talking WNBA basketball. We got our WNBA All-Stars for the 2022 season, guys. But before we get to that, we're going to go ahead, like and subscribe to the channel, please. So, getting right down to it, I want to look at the front court players that made the game, and I want to look at the back court players that made the game, and I want to compare them to who I had. And honestly, I'm not too far off, but I'm not too far for what you guys voted. But at the end of the day, I had a few differences, and I'll talk about what I got here. So the official front court starters are Asia Wilson, Brianna Stewart, Sylvia Fowles, Jonquel Jones, Nneka Agumuke, and Candace Parker. For your official backcourt players, you had Sue Bird, Sabrina Ionescu, Kelsey Plum, and Jackie Young. So for the most part, I gotta say bravo. I think for the most part, the general public got it right. I do think for the most part, people should award winning. I think people should award, obviously some players who put up amazing stats are not on great teams, but you could tell they play winning basketball. So I think those players should still be awarded as well. Tricky thing sometimes when it comes down to all-star voting. At the end of the day, it's the fans' vote. We got 50% of the vote. The players, media, whoever else, they got like 25%. So the power's in our vote. We get to see who we want to see, which is great. Now, I want to get down to the problems I got with this list, and I don't really have a lot. The first thing I want to say is that I had a gut feeling that the Las Vegas Aces were going to end up with at least a few players in the starting lineup. Kelsey Plum, Asia Wilson, Jackie Young, all of them playing at a very, very high level this season. Asia Wilson's looking like an MVP. Plum is looking like a top 10 player in the WNBA. Jackie Young is looking like a top 15 player in the WNBA right now. So, I mean, honestly, I think that that's an amazing feat to have three All Stars, but they've got the best record in the WNBA by far, and I think they've been to date the best team in the WNBA by far. Um, Sylvia Fowles, it's a shame that she's probably not going to be able to play in the game, but Sue Bird's getting a big. She's getting a lot of the swan song send off, which I don't have a problem with because she's debatably the best point that the WNBA has ever seen. But is she an all star this season per se? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not going to hate because hey, she's had an amazing career. She's still playing at a very high level. I'm not sure I would say all star, but this is her 13th time being elected to the game, and for fans to still recognize her high level of play, it's still something to be. That's still something to be proud of. That's still something to recognize. 13th time, I think that's the most in WNBA history. I just wish that Sylvia Fowles got a little bit more recognition because we're talking about literally the debatably the best big that's ever played in the WNBA. I think it's a legitimate debate. We could talk about that one day. But let me see. Let's look at this list. Brianna Stewart agreed with uh, Nneka out from the Los Angeles Sparks. The team's not that great, but she's playing her tail off. She's great, 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 great. Top five, top six basketball player in the WNBA right now. Um, the only person I really had a problem with in the front court, honestly, and this is going to sound blasphemous because if you guys didn't know, this game is in Chicago, so it's only right that there's a representative from Chicago in the starting lineup. But Candace Parker, I didn't have her elected as a starter. I still think she's an all star, but I think Alyssa Thomas out from Connecticut has had a better year this year. If we just look at the raw numbers, field goal percentage, points, um, I think that she really was carrying that Connecticut Sun team early in the year before Jonquel Jones really started to kind of wake up these past few weeks. Alyssa Thomas was carrying the load. And again, this isn't to knock Candace Parker because I still think, without a doubt, she is definitely an all star player. But again, I just thought that Alyssa Thomas was probably having a little bit of a better year up to this point. Jonquel Jones deserves to be there. She picked it up this year. And that's pretty much it for the front court. The people I had that just missed starting was Deladon and who else was it? Deladon, Liz Cambage, and I had Candace Parker. somebody that just missed the starting lineup, but obviously she's going to be in it now. But I would probably bump Liz Cambage up just to have that traditional center come in and take Sylvia Fowle's spot in that front court. In the back court, Sue Bird, Sabrina Ionescu, Kelsey Plum, Jackie Young. I actually had that exact same lineup except for Sue Bird. In Sue Bird's place, I actually had Ryan Howard because I think what she was doing with Atlanta was amazing this year, especially as a rookie, guys. So the Atlanta Dream were above 500 for a good chunk of the season until these past couple weeks. They just kind of start sliding and sliding and sliding. But before that, at one point, Ryan Howard was leading the WNBA in scoring, really killing it. But I'm not taking her back as a starter because I think that she's performed up to par. But a couple people I had that just missed the starting lineup: Skylar Diggins-Smith, Kelsey Mitchell, and I had Jewel Lloyd in there as well. I think all three of those players should still be in the All-Star game. Being honest with you, nope, I feel comfortable with my starters. I wouldn't put any of them in over who I have though. Kelsey Plum and Jackie Young definitely deserve to be started. Sabrina definitely has been playing. She played some historic basketball this season, and I think Ryan Howard has probably been, without a doubt, rookie of the year, putting up some crazy numbers for a rookie, and looks like she looks like a star already in that Atlanta uniform. But those are my all stars compared to the voted in all stars. Wasn't really that far off. Not too. I didn't really have too many qualms about how you guys voted. But if you guys had anything different to list, go ahead, drop it in the comments below. Do we have any all-star snubs? Any people who did not get voted in that should be there? Go ahead, list it below. But that's my video though, guys. Peace.